Hello, my name's Sue and I'm from Hobbycraft in Carlisle. Today we're going to be looking at how to crochet a hat. The materials you'll need if you want to join in today are chunky yarn and a 5mm hook. There are loads of hat patterns available, but this one we're working on today I've designed as a really easy one. Okay, we're going to start by making 4 chain stitches. We're going to join this into a circle using a slip stitch. We're now going to be working into the centre of that circle. So we'll begin by chaining 2, and we're working in a UK half treble stitch. So a half treble stitch, your yarn goes round, you go through your work and fetch your yarn back. Gives you 3 loops on your hook. We then take the yarn round the back and take it through all 3 loops. And that's your half treble. So now we've got 2 stitches. First one's your turning chain and your second stitch, and we want another 10 in there to make 12. Do the final stitch. We're going to slip stitch to join in the top of the turning chain. So you follow that up till you find the V. Slip stitch by fetching your yarn all the way through, and that gives you a circle. So for your next round we're going to work 2 half trebles into each stitch, giving you a count of 24 stitches. So we're going to chain 2. Becomes your first stitch, and work half treble into the same space that your chain's in. And now work 2 half trebles into each stitch. When you've worked 2 all the way around, again we're going to slip stitch to join, and then we're going to finish off this colour. And to finish it off we'll do a single chain stitch, cut the yarn, bring it right through and give it a pull to knot it. So now we're going to do a colour change. To add a new colour neatly, pop your hook through the first stitch and just fetch your yarn back, holding on to both tails at the end. Use both of those tails to make your first stitch, which becomes an anchor stitch, then drop your spare tail and carry on as normal. 1 more chain, that's the chain 2 for the start of the row. So we're now going to carry on with half treble stitches. We're going to work another half treble into that same space. This time we're going to alternate between single half trebles and double half trebles into each stitch. So into the next stitch we'll put a single half treble. And into the next stitch we put 2. Carry on like this all the way around. So 1 into the next, 2 into the next, 1 into the next, 2 into the next. As you may notice, I'm working over this tail yarn from the row below. This is to save me having to sew it in later. So you carry on all the way around with a single half treble in one stitch and then 2 half trebles in the next. So we're going to slip stitch to join this round. Follow your first stitch up, find the V and fetch your yarn through both pieces. So ready for round 4, we're going to do 2 chain, becomes your first stitch, and we're going to work a half treble into the same space. Now this round we're going to do 2 single ones and 1 double one. So 2 single half trebles and 1 double, 2 singles and 1 double, all the way around. So that's 1, 2 singles and a double. Two singles and a double, all the way around. So when we get to the end, we're going to slip stitch to join. We'll follow that turning chain up, find the first V, pull the yarn through. We'll then do a single chain stitch, cut your yarn and pull it up and through. Give it a little pull to make a knot. So just to recap, we've done our first row, which is 12 stitches. Into that row we worked 2 stitches into each stitch. Into the next row we alternated them, a single stitch, a double stitch, a single stitch and a double stitch. And in the final row of this colour we did 2 singles and a double, 2 singles and a double. So if you carry on this way, the next row we've added a new colour. We're going to do 3 singles and a double, 3 singles and a double. At this point we're getting to the size of the top of the hat, so we need to stop increasing. So your next row will just be a plain row. That's 1 stitch into every stitch. From here on in you'll continue with your colour changes, but we're just going to put 1 stitch into every stitch, which will start bringing the sides down. So we're going to add a new colour, and from now on all your rounds will just be 1 stitch into 1 stitch. So you just carry on this all the way around, changing colours every 2 rounds. Once you've got to the stage where you're happy at the depth of your hat, then finish it off in the same way that you finish each round off, and just sew the end in with a needle. So this was for a regular beanie hat. If you'd like a rimmed hat, you follow the same procedure, but when you get to the part that you'd like the rim to sit, you start increasing again. So working 2 stitches into every stitch until you get a fluted rim that you're happy with. So just to recap, today we've made a basic fitted hat. We did it by making a flat disc to fit our head, and then we stopped increasing to fetch the sides down to fit. For any more information on the products we've used today, please visit the website or pop into any of our stores and talk to a colleague.